I've got two Kurosawa movies that you should definitely add to your list, and they're movies number 101 and 102 of my 365 movie challenge.
やってね、お願いね、やって。
All right, we're back with an episode that's completely devoted to my Kurosawa rewatch. So we've got one of his older ones and then one of his more recent ones. And first up is movie number 101. I know I should have done 101 Dalmatians, but it's One Wonderful Sunday by Kurosawa. And it's about a young couple that spends their only day off together wandering Tokyo. They barely have a yen to their name. And it's just about how, they dream and they struggle and they're pessimistic about their future and optimistic about their future, and all while the city sort of reminds them what they have and what they don't have. It's a beautiful portrait of this young couple. It's a beautiful portrait of post-war Tokyo and Japan. It's Kurosawa definitely in a softer light, but it's still kind of very melancholy, and there's a neo-realistic aspect to it. So I really enjoyed this. It was a good watch. I really like this. So go check that one out. Then I have High and Low, which is definitely one of Kurosawa's masterpieces. A businessman is blackmailed when his chauffeur's son is mistakenly kidnapped. The kidnapper thinks he's kidnapping the businessman's son. But this is, just a really cool film. It's split into two distinct parts. First is the melodrama that plays out around whether the businessman is going to pay the ransom. And that part is like a play, basically. It all takes place, in the house, basically in the living room of the businessman, as he decides, goes through this moral dilemma of whether he's going to pay the ransom or not. And then the second half is like a police procedural as they go and try and find the kidnapper. Very cool, very noir. It's definitely... like I said, it's one of his masterpieces, and it's sharp and it's suspenseful, and both parts really hold up on their own. You can't turn away from it. And there's also a great train sequence in there, and I love trains, and I love it. I think when a lot of people think of Kurosawa, they think of these samurai epics, and these two films go to show you his range here. And I've been watching, like I said, I've been watching a lot of his movies, and I'm really enjoying the ones that are set in more contemporary Japan. And these are two great examples, particularly High and Low. I've noticed that Kurosawa loves sort of the noir genre and police and detectives and things like that. And High and Low is a great example of that. We'll certainly see more of them as our rewatch continues. So I'll leave it at that for this one. Go watch those movies if you haven't seen them, and I'll see you around for the next episode.